When you see smoke, what do you think? Something is burning. Yes, and you are correct. Something is burning, and it's right in our African kitchen. Guys, you have been seeing the kitchen for some time now, and I want you to have an exclusive tour inside the kitchen. Hello guys, and this is the Man James channel, and this is where we get to do more farming, gardening, cooking, and all other activities that are done in an African homestead, an African village, right here in Kenya, in the east of Africa. So guys, right behind me is our kitchen with the inspiration of the traditional houses. As you can see, the roofing and everything. So guys, I just want you to give a quick tour inside our kitchen. So guys, stay tuned as I take you through. Please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting on our videos. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's do this, guys. So guys, from the point I'm starting, this is the rear part of our kitchen, and as you can see at the topmost part, that is the smoke outlet. It helps to get out smoke from the kitchen, because being in a kitchen is something that is quite, it can be problematic because there is smoke, there is heat. So we use that as a smoke outlet because we are using firewood inside this kitchen. So this is how the rear part of the kitchen looks like. At the corner there, that is our water tank that we use. Also we have more over there. So having shown you the rear part of the kitchen, let me now go show you the front part of the kitchen. Here we have some homemade simple stairs. We have laid some stones here so that one can be able to walk down up to the kitchen. When you are at this position, I'm sure you have seen this in most of my videos, that this tank, we use it to get water for cooking because it's just next to the kitchen. And right in front of the kitchen we have some vegetable garden, but we have another one that is coming up and on another section of the farm. So, and right here, this is the door of our kitchen. It's a wooden door. It's a simple wooden door. And what makes me interested most of the times is wondering how, because this is grandma's kitchen, as you have been seeing in my previous videos. So you can see that this is my grandpa's name. Yeah, he had wrote it earlier or all in those olden days. So one of the questions that I usually keep asking is, how was this crafted? Yeah, but it was just simple according to those days. So we are now going to get into the kitchen. Immediately you get into our kitchen, we have some seats where one can sit, or when we have some people who want to settle in the kitchen, when we have some people who just want to see what is happening in the kitchen. And at this point, mostly when we come from the farm, this is where we place our panga, some potatoes there. That's my stand for shooting. And at this part that is behind, this is where we usually place excess firewood. This is after our drying rack is full. As you can see, currently it's not full. We don't have a lot of firewood in the kitchen. So that's our drying rack. That's where we place firewood for it to dry. So this whole part, this is where we usually put firewood. This part we also put firewood, but not the firewood that is as heavy as this. We usually put just firewood that can be used to maybe light fire. You understand, like these thin types of firewood. Yeah, you can't compare with that. You have seen this wheelbarrow in this part mostly. Yeah, we usually place it here because we usually use it most of the times, so we don't find it necessary to keep on pressing it in the store, which is quite tedious because it has a lifted floor, because we share our store is divided into two parts, the granary and the store. So we find it just simple to keep it here because we usually use it more oftenly. As you can see here, we have the area where the cat usually take milk from. The cat usually, like, this is the most chilling part of the cat, and you can see it there. So that's where we usually feed milk to the cat. As you can see just right in front of me, that's the kitchen table where we place utensils and all other things that are kept in the kitchen. You can see these are some uh, some thermoses, some flask, everything. And you can see here we have sufurias. They are black because we use smoke. Right here in the kitchen we can't lack food. We have some food that is already made there. We also have some detergents that we use to clean the utensils. Someone was just cleaning the utensils. This is where the rack, small rack where we usually place the cups and everything, and the plates, and that's where we usually place beverages or anything that we need in the kitchen, oil and everything. Yeah, so and that's the charging port of the kitchen. And at this part just behind the door, this is the extra storage area where we place maybe excess. Like you can see we have some excess maize here. The reason why we have not kept them in the store is because it should be, they will be, what do you call it, the reason why the maize is not in the store because it will be fed to the chicken like tomorrow morning, so we don't have to take it to the store. And some extra things like extra pumpkins and everything, so don't mind the messy part. We also have this water can here because we are using it regularly. We have some crops that we are watering. I have the gumboots here that I usually wear. Yeah, I just wear and walk to the farm. Something that else that I have not shown you that is very very important in the kitchen is the fire. Right now, as you can see, the fire is not very good. We have some tea that is cooking. Let me first make the fire. Some tea is cooking right here. The heat from there is what makes the wood to dry because of the smoke and everything. You can see at the top part of the kitchen, you can see how the wooden bars they are dark because of the smoke. Yeah, and in this kitchen we have two windows. We have this window over here which we don't use most of the times, but we use this window because it allows some wind to come in and some light. And also we were talking about it, so some tea is cooking. We also have an extra source of heat, and we also have a jiko which was being used earlier. So, and that's how our kitchen is. What I didn't mention is the seat over here is the one who is cooking mostly usually sit on that seat, and mostly that's grandma. So what else didn't I show you? It's our kitchen lighting. We have a bulb over there. It's dark because of the smoke and everything, but regularly we usually try to clean it. And that's the top part of the kitchen as well, how it looks. That's where all the wooden bars have met so that it can bring that cone-shaped roofing. So this is our traditional kitchen, guys. This is where I usually place like avocados, some like avocados, because not all but just a few, so that because they usually get ripe earlier than the others. It's just an old unused bag, so we usually place it there. So guys, I hope you have had a glimpse or just a short tour of our traditional kitchen, and that's how a traditional kitchen looks like. So guys, drop a comment, let me know if you have been to any like traditional kitchen. I understand, I call it traditional because I understand we have modern kitchen. We also have one right inside the big house, but for most of the families living in the farm, they have this kind of kitchen, traditional kitchen, which comes through in because, like for example, because of the fire. Some of the modern kitchens might not have a chimney, but these ones you can't put on firewood. But for this one, if you have a modern kitchen, you can also use this one when you need heat and everything to stay around the heat and such. So guys, I just thought it was very wise of me giving you a tour inside our traditional kitchen, because we have made so many meals right inside the kitchen. And thank you guys because you have continued to support my videos by watching them right inside that kitchen. And that's why I thought it's very wise of me to give you a tour of this kitchen. That's how the kitchen looks like, guys, from the front. You have seen me do introductions for videos right here. So guys, Continue staying tuned, continue supporting our channel, continue subscribing, and I would really appreciate your feedback. How do you find our kitchen? Please drop a comment. And that's the simplicity that we have right here in the village, in the farm, in Kenya, in East Africa. So guys, stay tuned and let's meet in another video. I hope this was helpful and at least you are able to learn something. Drop a comment and let me know. Let's meet in another video. Have a nice time, guys.